Welcome to GrumpyMan's Reviews. Today we're looking at the Ticwell garment steamer. This is a 1600 watt self-cleaning steamer. It gives 90 minutes of steam on a full tank. It has a 2.4 litre tank capacity. I picked this up from Amazon for £130, but now it's on there for £120. That often happens, doesn't it? When you buy something, a week later it drops in price. I will leave a link in the description box below if you want to pick this up. I'll take everything out of the box. Before we start, if you find the video useful, a like would be appreciated. Any questions, ask me in the comment section below, and subscribe to watch more reviews. This is everything that was inside the box. Get some paperwork. Welcome to the Ticwell family. An instruction manual. This is to hold the steam head. A glove. They call this the trouser stretch. 3 poles. That's to sit in between the poles. A little bit of assembly is required. That's the hanger. It's got a hook there, and at the bottom it has a hole that will fit on top of the pole, which I will show you in a bit, of course. It's got hooks on both sides. The main unit, it has a fixed cord at the back. It's a reasonable length actually. The tank does have a handle here. It's recommended to use tap water. I live in a soft water area, so that shouldn't be a problem for me. But if you live in a hard water area, it's recommended to use distilled water or demineralized water, and do not add anything else in it. The tank, it opens from the bottom. Just twist it and you'd fill it up with just water, and then of course close it, and that just fits in place. So that's where the poles will fit. We'll do that in a bit. It has 2 big wheels at the back and 2 little wheels at the front. It's easy to move it around. At the front, another fixed cord there. The quality of this is really good. It's got a little rubber thing there. At the top there, that button is to let steam out. So you push it. If you want continuous steam, push it down and pull it back. As you can see there, it's locked into place now. And to release it, just push it forward and let go. That button there, you deep press that, and then that says 90 degrees on it. You just twist that and it will change direction. To change it back, push the same button and push it there. Once you let go, you can't move that by accident, because you do really need to deep push this button. The indicator there, that's what it looks like from the bottom. It has 10 holes where it will let steam out from. They say you could also use this as a dry iron. Okay, time for assembly now. First thing, you need to remove this. You could see the poles at the bottom. They're like that. If I just show you that way. This big one would go in first. So you can see that plastic part. Just you put this, comes at the bottom. Just tighten it. Once the first pole is inserted, you could see the second pole. It has a hole in there and a hole on this side, but you'd get this plastic piece, and the bigger part would go on first, and then you'd get this part and just screw it into place. It all twists together. So as you can see at the top, that's got a hole, and that's got that little thing at the bottom that would go in. Just mount this on. After the poles are installed, we put the hanger on, and as I showed you before, it has a cutout there that will just sit on the top. After the hanger's been installed, we need to install the trouser stretcher. Well, we don't need to. If you're going to use it, then you can, and that would fit on the second pole there at the top. The holder that's going to hold the steam head, at the back, it has a little latch there. Open that, put it there, and it clips into place. and the steam head would sit inside like so. That's it, the assembly is complete, it's fully ready to use. All we need to do is add some water, put some clothes on the hanger, and then we could start steaming our clothes. But this is not only good for the clothes, you could do your curtains, your bedding. It's a very useful item to have, because the Philips handheld one, what I've got, that's really good, but that's limited because of its size and the tank capacity, because I had to keep refilling that. But with this, it'll give steam for 90 minutes. I filled the water tank up, but I've also got the instruction booklet. If you're going to iron silk or wool, put a damp cloth on top before you use the iron, and use it on setting number 1 and number 2 for other materials. And if you're going to use cotton, use it on number 3. Another thing to point out, because I won't be showing this feature, it's letting us know how to do the self clean, because of course it's new, so I don't need to do that. But you turn the dial on self clean, of course, make sure you have water in there, and then push the back button, what I showed you before, the one that locks, and then you'll hear a clack 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 clacking sound, and then after that you'll hear a DD beep once, and then it's completed the self clean cycle. So the tank's full, make sure that's tight, turn it over and insert it into the unit. I need to turn it on from the mains. I've just switched it on from the back, and you could see the red lights come on, so it's letting us know that it's connected to the mains. I'm going to turn the dial to number 2, makes a little click sound as well, and it should heat up within 20 to 30 seconds. Another thing I forgot to point out when I showed the holder, it has 6 rubber pads in there. I think it's ready to use now. The plate had heated up, but there was no steam coming out. The red light did go off, so that took slightly longer than 30 seconds. But because it's new and it's the first time I'm using it, I think that's why. The red lights come back on. I don't know how well you'll be able to pick this up on camera, but it's taken them lines out effortlessly. Apologies for moving the tripod. Because it's on wheels, I can move it around. Maybe that would be better for something like this, yeah, because it covered a larger area. I finished, and that took no time at all. There's a slight wet mark there because I got carried away with the steam there, and it's done a really good job. You could see all the creases have gone out. The bottom part is still creased. I haven't done that because this is new, so I just opened it and I put it straight on the table. You could see the top part, that's done, bottom, that's not done. Okay, let's move on to some clothes. Moving on to one of my shirts. This is 100% cotton, so I've turned the dial to number 3. That's what they recommend. Another thing to point out, Ticwell also recommend when you're doing any clothes, if they're slightly damp, the performance will be better from the steam iron. What we do is, our dryer's got the cupboard dry setting. We just dry our clothes on that, so they're slightly damp, and then we could just steam iron them, and they do get done really quick with this. I'll need to turn it around, so if I just deep press the button as I showed you before, just twist it. And to do the buttons, I could turn it around the other way. Anyway, let's give it a go. See the steam? It does generate a good amount of steam. I've removed the trouser stretch hook. move over to the arm. And see if I want to get in between the buttons, I could just turn it around if I push the button. Get between the button. Like a normal line. So as you can see, I've just done this side, how it is compared to that side that has not been done. Still got creases in it. We absolutely love this. This is a really useful product to have. Our ironing gets done a lot quicker. It's also good for refreshing clothes. A steamer is good to have. It can be used all around the house. Our only gripe is the water tank. Fill it up, you have to turn it upside down, and once it's full, it's heavy to carry because you have to take it to the sink to fill it up. And if there was a cutout at the top, you could have just filled it up while it's sat in the steamer. It would have been a lot easier. If you're elderly or you've got arthritis in your hands, we wouldn't recommend this for you. Apart from that, we really like it. Build quality and performance are both really good. We're happy with it. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to watch more reviews. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.